Jane Seymour, the third wife of Henry VIII, is remembered in history as the woman who gave birth to the king's long-awaited male heir, only to die shortly afterward. She is the only one of Henry's wives to be buried alongside him, which has led many to regard her as Henry's true love, though some historians consider this an exaggeration. Below, we explore various aspects of her life, including facts, rumors, and historical theories. Magnifying glass tilted left. Key facts. Family and background. Jane was born around 1509 into an aristocratic family in Wiltshire. Her father was Sir John Seymour and her mother, Marjorie Wentworth. The Seymour family was not particularly prominent at the national level initially. Entry into court. Jane served as a lady-in-waiting to Henry's first wife, Catherine of Aragon, and later to his second wife, Anne Boleyn. This position placed her directly in the king's path. Marriage to Henry. Henry likely became interested in Jane around 1535. Unlike others, Jane refused to become the king's mistress, declaring that she would rather die 1,000 deaths than lose her honor. Her insistence, combined with Anne Boleyn's failure to produce a male heir, contributed to Anne's downfall and execution on May 19, 1536. Henry and Jane married just 11 days later, on May 30, 1536, in a private ceremony. As queen, Jane adopted a strict and formal demeanor. Her motto was bound to obey and serve. She banned the French fashions and extravagance that Anne Boleyn had popularized. Death. Jane gave birth to Henry's son, Edward, later King Edward VI, on October 12, 1537. However, she died just 12 days later, on October 24, due to complications from childbirth. Thinking face rumors and historical theories. The Great Rumor, choosing between mother and son. The most famous rumor about Jane is that her labor was so difficult that physicians told Henry they could save only one, either the mother or the child, and Henry ordered them to take the child from her womb to save his son. One account even claims Henry said that since he could easily find another wife, the boy was more important. The scientific truth. Modern research strongly contradicts this narrative. Analysis shows that performing a cesarean section on a living woman in 16th century England was extremely rare and almost always fatal, and there is no evidence that a surgeon was present at Jane's birth. The most likely causes of her death are puerperal fever, postpartum infection, or a pulmonary embolism following a prolonged natural labor, lasting about 2 days and 3 nights. Performing arts personality. A meek angel or an ambitious woman. The traditional image of Jane is that of a gentle, submissive woman, but modern historians have challenged this view. She displayed considerable moral courage and intervened in political matters on 2 occasions. 1. She successfully reconciled the king with his estranged daughter, Princess Mary. 2. When she fell to her knees and begged Henry to spare the monasteries from dissolution, he sharply rebuked her, reminding her that his previous wife had lost her head for meddling in politics. Jane never interfered again. These actions suggest that Jane was just as ambitious and active as Henry's other wives, but she was clever at concealing it. Crown legacy and status. A popular queen, Jane managed to win public favor. She was known for her compassion toward Princess Mary and Catherine of Aragon. The only queen with a royal funeral. Since she died as queen and had given birth to a male heir, she was the only one of Henry's wives to receive a full royal funeral. Buried beside Henry, Henry was deeply grieved by Jane's death and mourned for months. He made provisions in his will to be buried beside her at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. Subscribe for more updates.